Condor's budget 1095 Scandi ground Terrasaur survival knife has a 4.1 inch or 105 millimeter blade with a 4.8 inch handle, 0.12 inch thickness or 3 millimeters, just under 1/8 inch. It was designed by Joe Flowers. The Scandi grind comes up the blade about 0.25 inches, making the Scandi angle roughly 14 degrees per side or 28 degrees all inclusive. The knife weighs 4.5 ounces alone and 6.2 ounces with its polymer sheath. Mine comes in at an average HRC of 55. The factory edge looks like it's slightly convex, maybe with a little micro bevel on the end. It's a plastic style sheath that you might see on a Mora. It's got a little belt loop. That's about the only type of fastener it has there. It's pretty thin leather. Usually these sort of loops will slide off the main sheath. This probably does that. I don't want to damage it by putting a screwdriver in there and trying to pry it yet, but I probably will do that. It's got a little thumb stud here to help get the knife out. Knife is pretty secure. If you push it in too tight, it's very hard to get out of here. The thumb stud doesn't even help. There are multiple fit and finish issues here, like the unequal plunge lines, this out-of-the-box scratch, this polymer weld on the handle, and what appears to be a grinder bump on the spine. When the shop was open, we sold Condor. No one bought them for their fit and finish, though. It was all about the price and design, and the Terrasaur ergonomics and design are attractive. The handle is comfortable, the blade width looks right, the profile is good, and the Scandi grind angle appears fit for performance. First up is the sheath drop test. We're going to look for damage to the sheath or ejection of the knife. Sheath is perfect, knife is perfect, no issues. Handle durability is checked with 25 modest blows per side from a ball peen hammer. No issues. For the rope cut test, we cut 1-inch hemp until the knife can't cut it anymore or it starts snagging on printer paper. For both the rope cut and batoning tests, I'm going to sharpen on this rubber block with sandpaper up to 2000 grit for a mildly convex edge. 55 HRC 1095 is going to have pretty bad edge retention. I'm going to say maybe 4 or 5 cuts. You'll see. Be lucky to get to 6. So we start the cut down here, it does okay, where the knife didn't get as much use. But once it gets to the harder use area, it catches. I'm going to give it 4.5. Not a good result. 1095 should be getting between 8 and 11 cuts. For edge durability, I baton the knife against the grain through dried cedar 2x4s until the edge snags on printer paper. We're going to stop out at 5 cuts here. All right, here are the edges before and after batoning. Before is on the left, after is on the right, and it looks pretty good after batoning. If it weren't for one little area that snagged paper, I think this thing could have kept going. Here I take 5 good stabs into a 2x4 and pry the knife out to check for tip retention. Just for fun, I then drive the knife in about 1 inch and pry it out. That's not really part of the testing. It's for demonstration purposes only. Scandi and saber grinds usually do well with this test. Perfect, no issues, no bending. For toughness testing, I drop a small ball bearing and then a larger ball bearing through a 5-foot tube onto the knife's edge at an angle to look for chipping and fractures. I expect all knives to experience rolling and deformation. Most knives are ruined by this test, but at 55 HRC, I think the Terrasaur is probably going to do pretty good. Small ball, small ball, the rest of these are big ball. So really good result. I think you could sharpen out that damage on a whetstone. The Terrasaur did great in most aspects, but it fell behind in fit and finish and rope cut edge retention. For comparison, here's some results from some recent testing on Moras. No one can tell you what to think about a knife except for me right here and now. My Condor Terrasaur has sub-budget fit and finish, a cheap but passable sheath, meager edge retention through rope, but it is exceptionally tough and has a great design with a lot of curb appeal. Is it worth the money at its current price of $47? There are many better performers for the same or less money. You can check out my budget knife testing videos in the links below. But if you're as into this design as I am and you don't mind frequent sharpening or fit and finish issues, go for it.